Hi guys, welcome back. So before I pick my team and the team I think Eddie might pick for England, I want to talk about a really cool opportunity I mentioned in the last video. Because we're getting a bit bigger now, we're getting offered stuff which is really cool, so let's take advantage of it. Had a phone call from the chap from Fanzo who run the Guinness Pint Predictor game. You may have heard of it. We had a great time playing Fantasy Six Nations. We filled out 7 groups of 100. It was a really cool game. Winner got a prize. This time, yeah, it's even better. All you've got to do is download the Fanzo app, use the code ANALYST, and they made the actual league for us. It's not something you can make yourself, so they have to offer it to you. They have run it for podcasts before, like Goody and Big Jim. They run their podcast. They're now offering it to us. So use the code ANALYST. You're then in the league, competing against each other. The closer you get with your predictions, the higher up the league you go. And we know half the fun of rugby is the social side, and if you play this game, you can win 3 pints of Guinness. Obviously, this game is in association with bedrinkaware.co.uk. Please drink responsibly and in moderation and all that good stuff. So all you need to do once you've downloaded the app, use the code ANALYST, you're in the league. You then predict the results of the games, who's going to win and the score. And all you need to do is be within 10 and you win a Guinness for a friend. Be within 7, you win a Guinness for you. Obviously, you can swap that around a bit if you want, or if you don't like Guinness, you can give it to someone who does and they can buy you a drink. Please drink responsibly and all that. But it should be fairly straightforward. If you're half decent at predictions or a bit lucky or both, you could have a really good time with this. I'm going to get involved, enter the league, see how well I do in the league with my predictions. You can try and beat me, beat your friends. Should be great fun. Let's see how many we can get in here. Fanzo app, code ANALYST, Guinness Pint Predictor. So it's my picks versus Eddie Jones, and I'm not happy with some of the choices I have to make. And I thought you were going to score.
Ask a better question, you get a better answer.
This is what I think the strongest England team is. In the front row, Genge, I think, absolute nailed on. And then I'm going McGuigan. If Cowan Dickey's fit, he's in the picture, but I think McGuigan's been playing better, consistently better. And I see him as a starter. I see his game suiting a starting hooker. So good at line-out scrum, good tight carrying, good temperament. He's not a youngster. He's been around the block. I think he'd be a great starter. On the tight head side, there aren't many choices. Well, there's 2, and one of them's experienced. That's Carl Sinclair, so he has to start. He could come good. I'm not too sure. But anyway, Genge, McGuigan, Sinclair. In the second row, no problems. We've got our first choice of Atoje and Johnny Hill. I think that's everyone's first choice, so that's not a problem. Is Laws going to be fit? I don't know, but I'm saying for this video, let's consider him fit, and I think he definitely starts at 6, probably as the captain as well. Brings a lot to the line out. His carrying's improved. We know about his tackling. I think he's been playing really well last couple of years, so I think that's good. If he's not fit, then probably Tom Curry at 6. Although I have been impressed with Pearson of London Irish. I think he does carry a lot of potential. 7 is a really big call. It's very close between Curry and Jack Willis. I think they're both playing well. I think maybe just on form, I think I'm going to give it to Willis actually. Just a little bit better at the breakdown. Curry's awesome as well, so I think that's 2 good 7s. But yeah, I'm going Willis for this one, and that might push Curry on as well because he hasn't had that big competition to start. At 8, I think you need a big ball carrier, so I'm going Benny Vunipola. Simmons is coming back to form, looking powerful, which is fine, but I'm not sure starting-wise. I think you need that big carrier. Like I said, Don Brandt's obviously exactly what England need, but he's not available, so I think Billy's the man, been playing very solid. At 9, definitely Jack Van Poortvliet all the way. Would have been Mitchell if he was in the squad, but he's not even the squad. So yeah, Van Poortvliet I think is the best player, best to start. Smith, I am starting at 10. I know I've been talking about wanting to start Farrell at 10. Although, I don't know, he just annoyed me the other day showing some elements of his petulant side. For someone, of his age, he really shouldn't be doing that. Like the trip on Noel, I mean, why would you do that? I just don't know any players I played with who would do. Why would you think about doing that? Why wouldn't you just get back in the line? So that wound me up a treat. So Smith starts. At 12, I think it's Tuolangi. He's inside centre or nothing for me. Playing there for Sale. Playing at 13, I think it's just going to push his body too far. He's probably going to ping some more muscles. Might do that anyway at 12, but I think 12 is the way. It gives you the power option. Smith being able to put Tuolangi through holes could be very good. 13 is a massive problem because Eddie really hasn't given me a lot to work with. I think Will Joseph has been going really well, but he's very, very young. Porter, I'm just not sure about. Northmore and Marchant would be miles better. Slade's looking really good now. There's some other players who could play 13, but he hasn't given them to us, so I'm going to put Noel in there. I think he's playing really well. I know he doesn't play at 13 normally, but I think he could be really good, very jinky. So Tuolangi and Noel on my centres. Let me know what you think. On one wing, I'm going Murley. I think he's the form winger, very sharp, good acceleration. On the other wing, I'm going Arundel. I know he's recently turned his ankle. I don't think it's too serious, but I'm saying he will be available at some point in the series. So he's on one wing. So some real pace on both sides there. Really like that. Then at 15, I think it's Freddie Stewart all day. Does what he does, great. But would be interesting to see Arundel at 15 at some point. Karen Dickey's on the bench for me, although I know he's had a bit of a knee problem, so maybe he's not available anyway, but at the time of recording, I'm assuming he is. Rapava Ruskin, I think, has been looking fantastic. A beast coming off the bench. Genjan, Val, Rapava Ruskin combo could be really good, actually. I'm quite excited by that. Haspy Hayes on the bench for Tighthead, because there's only two. Second row replacement is really, really tight. I like what Coles brings, actually. I'm very tempted with Coles, but I'm going to go with Tizard. It's an out-and-out second row replacement because I've got two other back rows on the bench as well with Tom Curry. Interchange with Jack Willis, could play 6, could even play 8 if needed. Then I'm also going Sam Simmons with a 6-2 split because I think with Farrell on the bench, you can do that. Sam Simmons, impact back rower, plus impact inside centre, maybe even winger. I'd love to see that. I know I'm playing 2 extra Chiefs there, potentially out of position in Noel and Simmons, but I think it could be what England need. Quirky's the perfect impact 9 sub for sure. So powerful coming off the bench. I mean, Youngs isn't even close, to be honest, for me. And then Farrell as the replacement. 10 and 12 works quite well. Now let's compare that to what I think Eddie might pick, his most likely team. Obviously, we don't know what he's going to pick, so I'm just going off my intuition. Now, I think Eddie's pack's going to be pretty similar, to be honest. Although I'm starting Willis, I'm pretty sure he's not going to leave out Curry, and I think he's going to go Laws and Billy. Now, Eddie's backline, I think, could be very different to mine. I think he's definitely going to pick Ben Youngs for his experience. Smith, I think, is going to go with Farrell as 10-12. I just see that being lined up the way he wants to go. And I fear he is going to push Tuolangi to play 13. Hopefully he gets through the game, but it's just more likely he's going to hurt himself. With May out, which was a horrible dislocated elbow, I think he would have started May. But if not, I think he's going to go for Big Joe. And Big Joe's been playing well. I am just worried about his agility. But if he does play, I wish him well. He's a big guy. He could certainly be useful. On the other wing, I'm pretty sure he's going to play Jack Noel. Freddie Stewart at 15. I think he'll go Singleton on the bench. I'm not sure he quite likes McGuigan. I think he'd go for Mako instead of Rapava Ruskin. Hayes, obviously. Coles, I think he might go for Coles. I think he likes him as a Laws replacement, second row and back row cover, that line out option. Willis on the bench, I think he does like Willis a bit more than Simmons, so Simmons misses out in Eddie's team. Then Jack Van Poortvliet, I don't think we're going to see Quirk. Then I think he's going to go Porter and Furbank, to kind of utility backs who could be okay, but I'm not sure are world beaters. And he might go Arundel instead of Furbank. We'll see on his fitness as well. So that's my team. That's the team I think Eddie might pick, and the difference is there. Let me know what you guys would do and what you think Eddie would do as well. And get involved in the Match Pint Predictor. Should be awesome. Download FanZoo. Pop in the code. It's all free. You predict the matches, and even if you get close, you start winning pints of Guinness. It's a pretty win-win situation, to be honest. Can't wait to get stuck into that. Anyway, pop all those teams and comments below, and I'll catch you next time.